What's up, Competitor Nation? Jake Thompson here, your Chief Encouragement Officer, and I'm back with a brand new episode of, you guessed it, the Compete Everyday podcast. You know where you are, you know what this is about, and today I want to get you fired up because if you have let a losing streak get started, if you are starting to have that negative spin heading into the end of the year, we're going to talk about why we stop that streak, how we stop that streak, and why competitors never let those losing streaks get started. Listen, I wasn't at my best yesterday. My anxiety was running wild. I didn't sleep very well. My body was just blah. My brain was in this fog. Have you had those days where it's just like a struggle to focus? And it wasn't like my ADHD was running wild. It was just like a cloud was over my head. My morning workouts honestly just sucked. I got some work projects done, but really wasn't my best work. I was just in a funk. I had zero problem thinking of all the excuses of why I should just quit for the day. But see, here's the thing. We talked about it here on the show. Competitors don't quit while there's still time left on the clock. They don't give up those precious seconds of life that they can make the most of. And so if I was going to tell you to do that, there was no way that I could be someone who quit myself. And so here's what I chose to do instead. I wasn't ready to wave the white flag, so I took a deep breath. I reminded myself of my commitment to myself. I set 3 small targets that I was going to write down and achieve that day. 3 little things that this afternoon I'm going to knock out. I forced myself to go back outside and get that workout in. See, I didn't like how my morning workout went, and so I threw my weight vest on and went outside for a jog. I wanted to sweat. I wanted to get my blood flowing, my body moving again. I wanted to help clear that cloud off. And I was going to force myself to move and sweat in that case. I came back into the house. I looked at my 3 targets and I just got after them. Still wasn't motivated, still felt like blah, but I said, if I can get these 3 targets done, I can win today. I then outlined what I was going to do tomorrow to win tomorrow. See, I didn't want to wait till the next morning in hopes that maybe tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up feeling the same way. Maybe my anxiety is going to be running. Maybe I'm going to be just sleepy, drained, burnt out, and I'm not going to have a clear focus on the day. And if I don't have a clear focus on tomorrow, how can you expect me to win it? And so I sat down and wrote down the 3 things I need to do tomorrow to win the day, my 3 yards in a cloud of dust that I need to run. I drank a ton of water, went to bed early, recover, rehydrate. Here's the thing. It's easy during those days, in those moments, to just give up, to quit, to stop, to walk out. And it's easier the next morning to do more of the same. Because once that negative streak starts turning, it's hard to stop that momentum. We have to force ourselves to stop that momentum when we're not motivated, when we don't feel good, when we're not exactly where we want to be, when we know it's not our absolute best. We have to learn to stop that losing streak right then and there. We all have those days. Everyone does. Maybe you're having one today listening to this. You won't have your A game every day of your life. Some days you're not going to have your B, C. Heck, you may not even have your D game this week. You may just be in a funk. But the key to being a champion is to not allow that one day to turn into 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Lauren Nicole Johnson, who's recently on the Compete Everyday podcast, talked about this. And she said, it's not that champions, successful people, it's not that they don't have bad days and they don't have highs and lows. But while most of us have high highs and low lows, we let those streaks go way out of proportion. Champions, they a little more even keel. When they have a bad day, they find a way to win the next one. When they have a good day, all they're focused on is winning the next one. And so my question to you is, no matter what you feel like today, are you going to win the next one? The next opportunity, the next hour, the next phone call, sales call, the next interaction, the next lift at the gym, the next morning when you wake up. Are you just going to win the next one, or are you going to let the negative streak continue? The key to being a champion is to never have 2 bad days in a row, to never let that losing streak get started. No matter what it takes, force yourself out of that funk. Force yourself to move toward that target. Force yourself to take action for your goal, because here's the biggest key. 1 step is always better than no steps. And at the end of those days, those really crappy, I'm in a funk, nothing's going my way, head's cloudy, anxious, scared, whatever it is, at the end of those days, When you can look back and say, you know what? Today was not my absolute best. Something was off. I did not have my A game, but guess what? I still took a step toward my goal. When you can look back at the end of those hardest days and realize that they did not break you and that you still found a way to move forward, you're going to be damn proud of yourself. You're going to realize that if my hardest of days can't stop me from making progress, nothing can. Yesterday may not have been your best, but today can be. Don't let a losing streak get started. Competitors never let that losing streak get started. So whatever it takes today, whatever you got to fire up in your stomach, in your gut, in your heart to get your feet moving, get it going. Today is your day, competitor. It is your day. Go compete for it.